What's up, guys? It's Chris. Honestly, first off, I wasn't planning on making any videos. I was working on something online and my internet connection went out. I don't know what's going on, Comcast, whatever, but figured I'd just shoot a couple quick videos, or at least one real quick before, while my internet's down. WEC 46 and UFC Fight Night 20 afterthoughts, a little boxing talk on the Jermain Taylor dropping out of the Super 6 situation. Probably do that at the end. First up, WEC 46 Sunday night. I'm only going to address the three bouts that have real consequences in the future. Mike Brown choked out Anthony Morrison very easy in the first round. No surprise there. Brown moves on. I don't know who he'll fight. He'll fight another contender, and if he wins, he'll probably get the winner of Faber Jose Aldo. But Mike Brown gets back on track. Uriah Faber against Rafael Assunção. Good fight. The crowd was going absolutely nuts. Once that California Love music hits for Uriah, it's just it's a madhouse inside Arco. But Uriah gets a win here. First couple rounds were somewhat even until Uriah dropped Rafael twice with, or at least in the second round, he did again third with the overhand right. And then late in the third, Assunção gave up his back and Uriah choked him out. Impressive win for Uriah Faber. Good bounce back win after the loss to Mike Brown. And he's got Jose Aldo next. So honestly, I don't think he's going to win that fight. I don't really give much of a chance. But it's still a fight I'd like to see. Two very athletic guys, different skill sets, but two of the bigger names in the featherweight division. So, main event was Jamie Varner, Ben Henderson for the lightweight title to unify it. This fight, first two rounds were kind of boring, to be honest. Varner was trying to come forward. Henderson was just kind of throwing body kicks. Pretty good body kicks, so I know Varner complained about it. Actually, in the first round, Varner had a pretty good guillotine, but couldn't finish Ben off with it, or Benson, whatever you want to call him. But in the third round, Varner got a little sloppy, went in for a shoot. Ben Henderson locked on a standing guillotine choke and tapped Varner out pretty damn quick with that. I was surprised how quick Varner tapped. After the fight, Varner made a stupid comment in his post-fight comment. I mean, the guy is already really disliked amongst a lot of contingent of MMA fans. You'll notice he always gets booed when he's fighting or when they show him in the crowded events. I understand that, no one likes that, but he has this heel persona. And he didn't do himself any favors after the fight. He said, I came to fight, Ben came to grapple. If that's the case, which it's not, you tried to get the same move that basically that Ben finished you off with in the third round. You tried in the first. Difference was you weren't successful. So you did try to grapple in the first round, but you couldn't finish Benson Henderson off, and he did finish you off. So, don't complain. Don't do things, don't make excuses like that. That's just ridiculous. It makes no sense. You lost the fight, just man up and say you lost to the better fighter that night. And you'd like to get a rematch, or something. So as for Ben Henderson, good win. The guy's come a long way in a short period of time. He's on a really good roll right now. Hope we get to see that rematch with Donald Cerrone next. That was the best fight of last year in the mixed martial arts, in my opinion. I still thought Cerrone won the fight. Either way, it was a really close fight. I can't wait to see a rematch. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later. And that's that. Moving on, UFC Fight Night 20 last night. First fight, Amir Sadallah, Brad Blackburn. Sadallah won. I expected him to. Looked pretty good in there. His striking. I didn't think he'd have the power to really hurt Brad, but he did hurt Brad on a couple occasions. Most notably with that flying knee in the third, or that jumping knee. That was a really good strike. But his ground skills didn't look that good. I don't understand why he took Brad down when he had him hurt. I understand he took him down. Probably thought he could finish him there, but both times he had Brad hurt and he took him down, he was never able to, get better position on the ground. He was trying to get mounts and he couldn't, even to a stunned Brad Blackburn. So positioning on the ground from the top position is something Amir's going to have to work on, but his strikes look good. We didn't really get to see a submission game. Submission defense was pretty good. Brad was trying for a few things, but either way, Amir looked good. It was a good win for him and a good 2 in a row. So we'll see. Obviously, they got to step up the level of opposition, but not too high because it's only like his 4th or 5th fight. So looking forward to see him develop. Aaron Simpson, Tom Lawler. Tom Lawler came out absolutely just crushing, destroying Aaron Simpson in the first round. Hurt him on numerous occasions. Looked like Aaron Simpson was on ice skates out there or something. I mean, he was all over the place. His legs looked out of it. There were numerous times I thought that Lawler was going to finish him off. Credit to the referee. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Herb Dean or Yamasaki. I don't recall who exactly. But they didn't stop the fight when, another referee may have. Fortunately, they didn't, credit to Aaron Simpson. He was able to survive all that trouble he was in the first round. And pretty much won the next 2 rounds with the better wrestling and not the better striking, just better wrestling and better conditioning. And it shows how great a condition Aaron Simpson's in because, when you get hit and you get beat up, it takes something out of you physically. It wears you down. But yet the fact that he took that ass whooping in the first round and was still able to out cardio, I guess you could say, Lawler over the last few rounds, particularly the third, shows that Simpson was in great shape. So good win for Simpson, especially after surviving that trouble in the first, something he'd never experienced before. Something he'll learn from. As for Lawler, impressive performance even in defeat. Looking forward to seeing both these guys fight again. So that's that. Efren Escudero, Evan Dunham. Efren, was winning the first round pretty easily, but hurt Evan Dunham as a matter of fact on one occasion, but couldn't finish him off. Second round, Efren just, I don't know, he looked gassed. He looked like he was breathing. He just didn't have the same aggression, and he just didn't have the same amount of strength and everything, after the first round. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he was hurt in the conditioning aspect or what's going on there, but Evan Dunham took over, particularly in the third round. They were working on the ground, and Evan Dunham threw on a great triangle / armbar, and man, credit to Efren Escudero for manning up and not tapping out, but you probably should have tapped out. I mean, fortunately, I saw he put on Twitter that his arm's not broke, just a little bit of tendon damage, but it could have been a lot worse. Sometimes you just got to know when to tap when you're in positions that you can't get away from. There was no way Efren was getting out of that, but either way, showed a lot of heart. As for Evan Dunham, good win, good back-to-back wins over now Efren and Marcus Aurelio before that. Just a great new addition to the lightweight division. Main event, Gray Maynard, Nate Diaz. I picked Nate to win this fight. I was hoping he'd win by submission. The fight never really got to the ground. First round was really close, really, really close. No one really did anything to establish their dominance in the first round. Nate was more aggressive. But honestly, I would have probably had the first round a draw because no one really set themselves apart from the other fighter. Second round, I definitely give it to Gray Maynard. Landed the heavier strikes. Pretty much that's what he did. As for the third round, I give it to Nate Diaz. Nate threw a lot more and landed a lot more. I know that Gray Maynard hurt Nate Diaz at the end of that round, but if you look at the clock, which I did after rewatching it again last night, he didn't hurt Nate Diaz till there were 45 seconds left in the fight. It's hard for me to give a guy a round unless you really, really rock and stun that guy. It's hard for me to give you a round if you lost the first 4 minutes and 15 seconds of that round. So in the end, I had to fight a draw. Like I said, I don't think either guy set themselves apart from the other. I don't think really neither did enough to win, did enough damage. But, it is what it is. Gray gets the win. I don't think he's going to get the shot at BJ Penn next. I think it's going to go to Frankie Edgar. Gray just didn't look impressive enough here, in my opinion, to really launch his, make the UFC want to put him up against BJ Penn next. Nate Diaz, word is he might move up to 170. Maybe he should. He's growing. He's still a young dude. As for Gray, if he doesn't get BJ Penn next, I think maybe Kenny Florian or Sean Shirk would be good tests. Because if you can get past either of those guys, then he definitely deserves a title shot. Moving on to the boxing thing real quick. Jermain Taylor withdrew from the Super 6 middleweight tournament. I'm glad to see he did. He'd been saying he wasn't going to, but I think with both Lou DiBella, leaving him as his manager that he'd been all these years, and Al Heyman and stuff, they talked him into it. I think it's for the best. The guy he said he's going to take a rest. I think it's for the best. I believe that the winner of Alan Green, Saki Obika, is going to replace him. I favor Green in that fight. I'll make a prediction for that later. It's unfortunate that Lucian Boutte couldn't take that slot. I think he would be a really intriguing name to put into it. Not to say Alan Green or Saki Obika is not, but I think if Lucian Boutte was thrown in the mix, it'd be really exciting and really get fans talking, especially after his most recent performance over Labrado Andrade. Either way, Jermain, hope, you rest up. If you come back, if you decide to come back, or when you decide to come back, hope, you look better than you did at the end of your last two fights. But still looking forward to the tournament. And, yeah, that's that. Anyways, that's it for now. Check out the website, thewillbebloodfightshow.com. My Twitter if you're interested. As usual, I'll put the links in the information part. I may do another video after this, which I'll drop later this week. Something completely different, non-sports related. But until then, y'all,